All right, everyone. So let's talk about patch 1.12. We do indeed have some more information about this update. I wanted to share with you guys these new details that we have, as well as a list of things that you might want to end up doing before patch 1.12 comes out, because it is going to be coming pretty soon now. We do have the official word from the community manager, Cirilla, that it is going to be coming in less than a month now. This was posted in the official Raid Shadow Legends Discord server. Cirilla commented, "Guys, I am waiting for the patch just as much as you do, but we are already very close." Then somebody asked, "What's your definition of soon or close, like a month or less?" And Cirilla responded with less. So I know that this is informal on the Discord server. Unfortunately, it's not an official in-game news announcement. They really tend to save this for the biggest stuff. And I think that this is a little bit too informal to put up as an official news announcement. I'm sure over the next couple of weeks, though, we'll start to see some stuff in the news announcements about the update and patch. But for the time being, at least we do indeed now know that it is going to be in less than 1 month. So that is really good news. They also ended up posting a teaser on their social media accounts, including their Twitter, a little teaser video of the quality of life features that we are going to be getting in this patch, including the long-awaited, highly requested Champion Vault storage increase. Now, I'm really surprised that it's taken this entire time and all the way up until the release of the 1.12 patch in order to get this feature, because it really seems like something that would be pretty simple to just implement in the game pretty much at any time. But we are going to be getting this. If you want to take a look at this little teaser video, it's only 12 seconds long. Really doesn't show too much. All it does is show that you will be able to purchase more storage in the vault. I'm hoping that we have the option to spend silver and it won't just be limited to gems, but it'll probably be pretty similar to how you buy the first 100 storage slots in the vault. I'm hoping it's also going to be at the very least an extra 100. I'm hoping for 200, though. That would be absolutely fantastic. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into the highlights of what we really know about the patch so far, so I can also get into a bit of a list of things that you might want to end up doing in order to prepare for the patch before it actually comes out. So this is a list of highlights and things that we know about the patch so far. Now, like I said, as we get closer to the actual release date, I'm expecting that there's going to be more announcements, more teasers, and I'm also expecting that a lot of the info and teasers that we're getting right now, they seem to be more on the informal side, little comments here and there posted by the community managers in the Discord server, but soon there'll probably be official announcements in the actual in-game news section. So that's something else to look forward to as we get closer to the 1.12 release. So here are some highlights. Patch 1.12 highlights: quality of life features, including more champion and artifact space. They did mention artifact space. That's another really big one. So hoping for 200 additional champion storage spots. That'll bring us up to 400 in the vault. I'm guessing it's going to be 100, though. 200 is kind of really having my hopes be really high. I don't know how many extra artifact storage spaces they are going to implement. It would be nice if they doubled it to 1,000 and not just increased it by 100 or 200. Maybe they'll make it something like 999. I really don't know, but it is good news that it is confirmed that this is going to be included in patch 1.12. Then moving on to actual content, we are going to be getting the Platinum Tier Arena. So that's something that we've known for a while, and this is on the roadmap as well. So that's something to cross off the list once we actually get it. New PvE content. Now, this is what they officially mentioned in their comments. They didn't actually specifically say the Nightmare campaign. Now, those of you guys who ended up watching that Nightmare campaign teaser video from, I think it was over a month ago now, it's pretty clear that the teaser was for the Nightmare campaign because it had the Brimstone Path boss in it. This guy right here at the very end of Brimstone Path, the boss in stage 7, it had him at level 200, and if you look right now on Brutal stage 7, he's only level 105. So if you add the pieces of the puzzle up, it really seemed pretty clear that it was the Nightmare campaign, but they did not officially end up confirming that as of right now. They are just saying for the time being that we are going to be getting new PvE content. Then we have the Faction Wars rebalancing, another really big thing that we've been looking forward to for a while. I know a lot of you guys probably share the opinion So do I. That Faction Wars is very, very difficult, especially once you end up getting past stage 7 or so. That's when the difficulty really starts to ramp up, and there are very few people who are at the final stages of Faction Wars. You really just need to have the perfect legendary team of just amazing champions, perfect synergy, best team composition with the best gear in order to even stand a chance at some of these end bosses. So that is going to be nerfed substantially according to the community managers. So that's going to be part of the update. And we also have champion rebalancing as well. Now, we've had plenty of champion rebalances in the past. I think it's been a while since we had the last one, but there are going to be more champion rebalances coming in patch 1.12 as well. So definitely look forward to that, especially if you've pulled some legendaries that you feel are really weak. I know those of us who have been playing for a while, it's really disappointing to finally end up getting a legendary after waiting so long and then realizing that the legendary that you got doesn't even compare to the power of certain epics or even in some cases rares. That's how weak legendaries can end up being. So more of these being rebalanced in the update is good news. We'll have to wait and see which actual champions are going to be on the list of champions to be rebalanced when 1.12 does come out though. So now with that being said, what are some things that you can end up doing to prepare for patch 1.12? Well, the list is not going to be too long, and you guys will see why in a little bit, but there are definitely some things that you can do to prepare before the patch does come out. So first of all, in regards to the PvE content, now of course, they did 100% confirm that it's going to be the Nightmare campaign as of yet, but it's pretty clear from all the teasers that we've gotten. So if you want to prepare yourself for when the patch does come out, if you have finished all the brutal stages and you've gotten to the very end of campaign, then you will be ready for when the Nightmare difficulty comes out. Probably won't be able to access the Nightmare difficulty until you've actually finished the brutal difficulty. It makes sense that it would be that way. So, you know, if you want to be one of the first ones to actually get into the Nightmare difficulty campaign, you want to be caught up on the actual campaign settings for now. Now, something I will mention is don't over-farm the campaign right now. This is probably more important than catching up and finishing Brutal right now, is to not over-farm it. Because when Nightmare does come out, that's going to mean that we're going to have a higher difficulty. And if things are going to be anything like they were for the other difficulties, not only is it going to end up costing more energy and be more difficult, of course, but you're also going to get a better farming efficiency. So as you increase the difficulties, you spend more energy, you get more silver, you get more experience, but also you get more experience and silver per energy. So your efficiency in farming goes up as you increase the difficulties. This is why I always say, if you can farm Brutal, you want to stick to that one because it's the most efficient one to farm. You can do hard normal, that's totally fine, but the amount of experience and silver per energy that you get is going to be lower in those stages by about 10 to 20%. I'm guessing the exact same thing is going to be true for Nightmare, so you don't want to go too crazy farming Brutal right now, because when Nightmare does come out, you'll just get more resources for your energy investment. So definitely don't over farm it right now, especially knowing that we are going to be getting patch 1.12 in less than a month now. Now, when it comes to the arena, very similar to the campaign, we know for arena that Platinum Arena is going to come out. I'm guessing it's going to function very similar to how the arena system works right now. I don't think they're going to be completely rebalancing the arena in 1.12. I know they have plans to do it, but I don't think that's going to be until a future update. I'm guessing they're going to increase some of the things in the Great Hall. Maybe they'll go up to level 15. You'll be able to use your platinum medals, but very similar to the medals that we have now. It'll probably just be a 2-to-1 ratio. So you need one silver medal gives you 2 bronze medals, 1 gold medal gives you 2 silver medals, and I'm pretty sure that when platinum medals do come out, it'll be 1 platinum medal will end up giving you 2 gold medals. Very, very similar to what we have right now. So if you can end up getting to the gold tier, that means you'll be ready for when the platinum tier does come out. If you can't, not really a big deal. And the more important thing about this is the second note, which is don't over farm the arena too much right now, because once again, once platinum does come out, you're going to be able to get more efficiency for your arena tokens, because you'll be able to get those higher quality arena medals, which will be worth more, and you'll get more efficiency out of your actual arena tokens in terms of what you'll be able to get out of them. So very similar to the campaign, except now this is going to apply to the arena. Now, this is something for those of you guys who really just want to get into the new content, especially the new PvE content right when it comes out. And that is, if you want to play a bunch of the Nightmare campaign when it comes out, save your resources, things like energy, anything that you can save is going to be more useful to you when the patch actually comes out, if that's kind of the route that you want to go. I know in a couple of videos ago I had a bunch of red dots everywhere and people were like, man, this is driving me crazy. A lot of the times if you see a bunch of red dots on my screen, it isn't because I forgot to get those rewards, it's because I'm saving things like energy. Like in your weeklies, you can save your energy. In your monthlies, you can end up saving this energy here. You could save it in your dailies, but you have to use that before the day actually ends. In your mailbox, there's a lot of stuff that you can hold here. In events, especially in tournaments where you can usually wait a couple of days until the tournament ends to claim your rewards. So, you know, we know that it's going to be less than a month. We don't know exactly how long that it's going to be, but if you want to save resources for when the patch comes out and you want to farm as much of the new content as possible, that's totally up to you. You definitely don't have to, because there's always going to be ways to efficiently use your resources in Raid Shadow Legends. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of other stuff, including more events and fusions. They even said there would be more events and fusions coming over the next 6 weeks of the holiday season. So definitely don't feel like you have to do this. It's not one of those things that's required, but if you want to, that option is available to you. Don't be afraid to use your low tier glyphs as well. This is a really big one. Now, right now, when it comes to Faction Wars, a lot of the times I've been sticking to the lower difficulties for my factions that I don't really have a good team. I'll stick to stages 1, 2, and 3. If I have a better team, sometimes I'll do stages 7, sometimes stage 8, 9. You know, those are the stages I've mostly been sticking to, and you really only get low tier glyphs right now. So they seem very valuable, but once the Faction Wars gets rebalanced and is going to be easier, it's going to be a lot easier to get these higher tier glyphs. So definitely don't feel bad using a lot of your saved up glyphs right now, even the low tier ones, because they're going to be a lot easier to get later on, and they will also be outperformed by higher tier glyphs, which will also be easier to get. So you don't really have to hoard them. I know it's tempting to do. I fall into the same habit because of how difficult some of these glyphs can be in order to get, but once Faction Wars gets nerfed, it won't be that way anymore. So definitely don't feel bad about using your low tier glyphs right now. And probably going to be the most important thing on this list of things to do is to just kind of take a look at all of your champions again, organize it into you know, compositions for Faction Wars, but also just take a look at the champions that you have and see how good they are. Kind of get ready for all the different changes that we're going to be having, not only to Faction Wars, but also the champion rebalancing. They haven't really given us a list of what champions are going to be rebalanced in patch 1.12 quite yet, but when we actually have more information, it might be worth having that list of champions ready to be organized and out there so that you kind of know once we do have a little bit more info on what champions are going to be rebalanced and how the Faction Wars is going to get nerfed, you'll be able to better kind of get an understanding of what resources to put into your champions that they used to not be so good, but now after the patch they're going to be a bit better and will probably be worth taking the resources to invest in them. The best example I can give in this situation was Dracomorph. Used to be a really not so great champion, nobody really used him, and then once they ended up doing all the work and rebalancing him, he's now one of the best champions, one of the best legendaries actually. So a lot of things can change very quickly when it comes to champion rebalancing, especially with the Faction Wars rebalancing. It might be worth taking a look at the list of champions that you have and kind of getting them organized and ready for when we have more information available. So that's going to be the most important thing. And finally, the absolute last thing, I know this wasn't a very long list and it was like that way on purpose, is don't really overstress this update. Don't plan too much. Just play normally, have fun, do the things that you guys are normally doing, because Plarium, especially with the track record they've had with these last updates, they've been known to delay things. They've been known to make huge last-minute changes, so you don't want to go too crazy making a whole bunch of effort planning things out for this update and then realizing that they end up completely changing their plans and now all your efforts have gone to waste. So that's going to be the most important thing, which is why I didn't really want to throw in too many things in this list. There's obviously some things that you can do to prepare, but you don't want to go too crazy in case Plarium does Plarium type things, which they've been known to do. So With that being said, that's going to be all the updated info that I have about the update, as well as some things that you can end up doing to prepare. So I'm hoping that you guys ended up enjoying this list here. And if you guys did enjoy this video and you want more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing to the channel. Really appreciate all the support, everyone. Thank you once again for over 21,000 subscribers on the channel. If you enjoyed the video and you want to help support, take a quick quarter of a second to toss a like. It means a whole bunch. And of course, if you're interested in more videos, guides, tutorials, news, updates, and fun stuff Raid Shadow Legends related, there's plenty of content on the channel. I have over 60 Raid Shadow Legends videos now, more coming out pretty much every day, and they should also be popping up on the screen right about now as well. So feel free to check those out. But if not, until next time, everyone, have a great day, and this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.